And when you look down at 2017 at $900,000, that's kind of a, in 5 years, who knows where the mark is going to be.
How many complaints are the selectmen getting from stone road residents?
I'm not going to have that in.
No,
The only complaints we get are the speed on Lightfoot Road, and we're going to make it slick.
Well, I know Mr. Tapper has expressed over the years, but
Stoneham seems.
No, none of that is.
It's just bare cost.
All this is bare cost, and no prep work whatsoever is included in this.
which would come out of Eddie's budget.
Yes.
And trend or ditching and all that stuff.
Correct.
I think we should get the best price we can on Lightfoot and do it. And I think we have to put together a plan for budget considerations over the next 3 years and say we're going to put this much into our capital improvement account, and we're going to be taking this much out.
I don't want to jump to that. Just to be on the record, I'm leaning toward 20. I asked everybody that question.
Oh, you're on the 20? I'm on 20.
No. As far as the width of the road, I don't want to.
I'm sorry.
Mislead people on that. No, I was thinking about this, and I would say I've asked everybody, and I haven't put my 2 cents in, so I'm just being on the record. So you'd like to see if we could do Lightfoot first, if we come in with a price. Now, what happens if we're short? We're not going to get it for 75. So what do we do? We pull in the road, we do less, we have Ernie Brown out there with his tractor.
I guess I don't know what options we have. I'm too new to know what options we have as far as funding that. If we come up short, $20,000.
You can get pricing for the 20, you can get pricing for the 18. That gives you some data to work with. You can agree to take, if necessary, some out of Ed's O&M budget. Again.
But we can't spend more than the 75 out of that fund.
Yeah, the one fund at 75, that's it.
Okay, so we have to find the other money someplace in our
When
budget.
the price of asphalt went off the charts for Garney Road, we went over budget by $20,000. Yeah, we went over budget by $20,000. We took it out of Ed's O&M. We still got through the year fine. It was a hard year for Ed, but we got the project done, which it was terrible. I remember driving that road at 2 miles an hour and it was dangerous. And so it was a significant improvement. Maybe not as wide as it was, but it's a lot better to drive and safer, which isn't the issue. So my point is you have choices, but the selectmen are going to have to decide. You can just say, hey, go here's some bids and let's see where we're at. And then based on those numbers, we will give you guidance, because at this point it's past the road committee, it's in the selectmen's court.
And we're chewing up time.
So I get that big paycheck.
Ed, what's your feeling in regards to the time limit here?
Oh, I could get some prices. Well, the chairman could get some prices for asphalt, and we could work together and have them for the next selectmen's meeting.
I mean, I'd like to make this decision. I don't want to miss the window of doing this, so that's my concern. We still have time for that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And we know, as far as I'm concerned, we're going to do either one of the number project 1 or project 2. That's my whole feeling. We're going to do one or the other, because otherwise we're going to really start messing things up.
Brad, where is the 1200 of Moose Mountain number 1? Where is that 1200?
That runs from Tumbledown Dick Road to the far end of the recreation area driveway.
1, 2, 3, okay.
Then the next section runs from the recreational driveway up to the Mother's Day storm, where we left off at that. And then the third section is above your house to what needs to be determined as the end of the road, or somewhere in there. We just don't want to make the end of the road further than it is now.
But due to the high traffic,
I've been up there.
due to the high traffic count
That's a
on that
different
road,
discussion.
we
It's
just want
the
to
keep it in.
Yeah, getting-
All of that has to do with the
working to get it finished.
not completed subdivision.
So our options are 1, get prices, obviously, get new up-to-date prices, compare the 20 versus the 18, make a decision, and we're going with that at X amount. Say, for example, it comes in at 90. Do do you have enough money to spare to do that project to get it done for 90?
We'll have to ask Mary Lou where I don't know where I am in percentage of my time. You know, where 1/4 through the year, am I 1/4 through my budget? I don't know. That's
We had that.
I've always dealt with whatever you guys left me with.
I think that's the next step. Get some prices and.
If anything.
So I'd like to, I personally think for myself, I'd like to make a final decision at the next selectmen's meeting.
Assuming we have some reasonable numbers.
Once and for all, let's just get this over with.
Yep.
And,
If you get numbers on asphalt and stuff, it's pretty much good for the summer. Unless there's a real radical.
No, there's usually a 30-day window.
30 days.
Yeah.
30 window from when they quoted to doing the job, or 30 days from when you
30
sign the
days when they
contract?
start the job.
No, 30 days from when they estimated.
Right, till start, yes.
So if they estimate Eddie next week, the price is valid for 30 days if we don't do the project until September.
Right.
But what happens if they can't get there? You know, we're ready to go.
Right, once the deal is made, you know, we can reaffirm the price, you know, so let's say I make a deal, or we make a deal on the 29th day, we can recheck that price and get it in, rather than wait for it to change. When they can, they work, they want to work.
We had
And
the
that's the
budget
only
from
two
last
variable.
week. Remember Mary Lou
The
gave us
gravel.
the
Yeah, I'm
budget?
just
Yeah,
thinking
pretty
that.
much.
I have
Oh,
it.
you have it, okay.
Yeah, I think I have it. I don't know if that would help.
So that's the biggest variable in the price of the asphalt.
Well, then the next question is, once we decide next Tuesday, when do we get started?
It's not next Tuesday.
Tuesday, electric.
Next Tuesday.
We meet next Tuesday, it's the next selectmen's meeting.
This is
This
what
is
Mary
second.
Lou gave us for
Yeah,
budget
second
last
Tuesday.
week.
Oh, we played it.
May has
You want to know?
All right, you're right, you're right.
Even if it's 2 weeks off, you gotta be.
I thought we were going every Tuesday now for a while. You're right.
You picked the wrong time for your vacation.
You're right, you're right. So we do have 2 weeks, okay.
We have 2 weeks. That was my concern in delaying it, that now gets us into the middle of June. And I know. I'm stunned we have not heard input from the people on Stone Road and some of these other roads. I mean, we've certainly mentioned it enough times.
Make
Just surprised they
the whole
haven't.
program is laid out in the annual report.
Yes. Yes.
So it's not like this.
I think after we decide, we'll hear about it.
The people on Stone, you know, they just got something last year. It's not your turn this year, it's somebody else.
And the portion of
Yes,
someone
that's
that did
what's
was
left.
really
Yeah.
bad.
But at least if you have something like this, you can say, look, you know, your
I'm
next one for
1/3
this,
through my budget.
Yeah.
And we're
we haven't forgotten.
Halfway through the year.
So,
Depending on the winter.
depending on.
Oh, yeah, get through June.
And if the,
Yes,
if
that's
the
always
numbers,
an unknown.
Well, that's through April, right? Is
I
that,
don't know when this is,
I think,
through the end of April.
yeah, the end of April, so you gotta look at that.
Yeah, 2 months, May and June.
So
Well, if it's in the
it's
April, which is the
1/3,
third of the
this is
year.
1/3.
No, that's sure.
So I'm right on track.
So you're right on
I'm pretty close to being on track.
Assuming that your budget is linear.
Well, assuming.
so if the number is right, what would you guess would be a start date? Any idea? I mean,
It's,
2 weeks,
I don't know,
month.
because it all depends on what the grinding companies have scheduled ahead of them.
it's up to them.
Yeah, and then, once they grind, then we can put the gravel down, and then getting them scheduled to come in and pave it.
What have you, what could you cut? And from what you've planned, I know you don't know what the winter's gonna bring for plowing and everything else, but looking at it, if you had things projects that you had to put aside, that we got to say, for example, we wanted to consider $90,000, what do you have that would help the cause, that you could forestall doing?
Give up?
I mean, Ray doesn't do it, no.
Well, I honestly don't know, because I don't believe in going backwards. I'd rather get more money. I believe that the highway department is still not where it should be. We're not gaining enough ground. So we deal with whatever. I mean, we deal with whatever. The year we went over on County Road, I think that was in August. And the selectman said to me, no more work unless it's an emergency and it starts to snow. So we essentially halted work from that point on.
What do you have as projects that you foresee between now and the snowfalls? Ernie?
You were probably going to bring it up anyway. We did the roadside trimming, what do you want to call it? Mowing. And we did it 2 years in a row because Ed said you need to do that, and then you can do it maybe every other year or whatever. You don't have to do it every year because you've knocked down the stuff and you've bought a little time. That's a very small portion of the budget, but it had been, what, 15 years since we'd done the...
It's been a while.
It's been a long time since we've even done that, so the 2 years should have knocked it down pretty good. The road.
Well, we figured that in when your budget, we've already took that, figuring your budget, that wasn't going to be done.
Yep.
So we can't take it from there. But do you have any particular things planned that you would say?
Well, I wanted to do on Stone Road, we approved on my list last year to take back the bank at J. Badger's, cut that back. There was, I think I can't remember that, I don't have that list in front of me, but there was some things that you had approved to do that we didn't get to.
Did you get to the Pleasant Valley? So edging of some washout there
Yeah.
due to the storm?
Yeah.
We got that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's a case that it's not quite as bad as it's perceived to be. But
And we don't have any big, culverts or something that we've got to replace as far as this summer.
Not unless, we get a deluge and they wash out. Yeah. It's adding gravel, it's pecking away at stuff.
And some of that stuff is important, such as the edging the road so that the edge of the asphalt doesn't break up and stuff. It is important we get that done.
Maybe we should take a look at that list again. I think it's time. Do you have a list handy, or could you bring it in a couple
I
weeks?
could bring it next week, I have it somewhere.
2 weeks. Quick work.
Oh, is this that third?
That's what it takes. Oh, you were out, I'm sorry. I made the mistake that we're going to meet next Tuesday, and you guys are going to get these quotes in a
It
week.
seems to me that we should meet next Tuesday.
That's what I thought.
That would be the third Tuesday, right?
Be the first two.
Maybe the first Tuesday. Just wait for the second Tuesday.
So you get 2 weeks.
Yeah, there's 4 times a year we have a 3-week spell.
But it's not, if we had to meet next Tuesday to make this decision, we could. But if we can wait till the regular meeting.
Well, time-wise on the project, you've got time.
Okay, we'll do it at the next regularly scheduled meeting, and anybody that from town who wants to give it a try, please call Chairman Camp.
Spend more money before you take it from me.
But how about bringing your work list that you think of what you think you'd be working on, or what we have to work on as a town, so we can go over that and see if there's any opportunities there.
I think everybody, any questions? Ernie? I know he wants the things for 18 feet, just that number to have in there, to throw that in the
If we can
mix.
if we get a 4 and 20, now 20 would be.
No, I understand, but at least we have that
Well, yeah,
number.
the figures will be, you just apply them differently to the different wells.
It's all done in a spreadsheet, you plug in whatever
Right.
numbers you would like.
I try to envision that. So. All right. Nothing else? Oh,
One quick comment. To request on the agenda for the next selectmen's meeting that Mr. Brown be appointed to the road committee as a member at large.
do that tonight?
Yeah.
Tonight's not a voting meeting, isn't it, or is it?
So we put that as a.
Fairly one.
Okay, meeting.
That's one.
Yes,
It's not a work, it's a meeting, it's not a workshop.
Would like to request that
yeah.
Mr. Brown be appointed.
Tell me his qualifications, please.
20 some odd years.
Patience.
Patience.
Well, we have a motion for Mr. Brown.
I'll make a motion. that we-
I'll be happy to second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So Mr. Brown is on that committee. If he so accepts. He's too bored.
If you want to come over to Tom, we're having wicked fun.
All right, I thank everybody for coming, and,
I have one quick question.
yes, ma'am.
Who's getting the prices? Eddie or Brad? I just want to get that clarified and putting it down, so. Okay, did you know that? Okay.
Normally, the road committee comes up with the figures, presents it to the selectmen, but it's the selectmen that have to go to the road agent and work it out.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Then you just pay the sign the checks.
very good. Okay. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody.